guys, it's Sarah, and this week I'm gonna be a whiny bitch about whiny bitches. And yes, I totally get the hypocrisy. So, we all have bad days. We all have days where we just want to bitch and moan or get on Facebook and be like FML or whatever, and that's cool. We all do it. It's natural. So I'm not talking about your just random occasional bitching. I'm talking about people who live for bitching. You know that person, the one who has a problem for every solution. We all have that person who starts every single Facebook post with FML or I just can't even. And you know that as soon as you see their name pop up, you're going to be like, I wonder what today's soap opera drama is. And here's the thing. It's cool. Sometimes it can even be fun and, you might actually look forward to someone's drama. But eventually, we all get tired of it. And there's nothing worse than being that person who has constant drama. And eventually, your friends stop listening to you. They're gonna tune out. They're gonna, just say, no, I don't care anymore. Because if you constantly turn every tiny little thing into a drama, or you're constantly taking your anger for one person and directing it towards your friends, because a lot of people do that. They turn that anger that they feel inside and they take it out on their friends who are just trying to be there for them. And so this video today is for you. And trust me, I've been there, I've been that guy. So I know what I'm talking about. Now here's the thing. If you've got dramas or issues or anger or whatever it is, instead of constantly lashing out at people or even posting about it online or wherever, what you need to do is take a day and look inside. You need to work out what the source of that drama is. Sorry, there's a wave. Because there's something that's making you angry. There's something that's making you sad. And you need to work out what it is that's causing that. Ask yourself why you're angry. Ask yourself why you're upset. And sometimes you might need to actually write it down. And I went to this totally amazing place in the Hunter Valley in Australia called Heal for Life. And I was going through the court case. Actually, it was right before court. And they asked me to come and check it out and go down there so that I would be in the right place for court. And one of the really important things that they taught us was to find out that source of that anger. Why are you so upset? Because you may have even forgotten. It may be such a past trauma that you don't even remember what it was anymore. But now it's every little trigger, all these small things that your brain kind of connects, but you can't work it out. And so you lash out at everybody when really it was somebody or something 20 years ago that upset you. And if you can't remember, sometimes if, say you're right-handed, write a question with your right hand. What is this trigger? Why am I so angry? And take the pen in your left hand. And it switches the side of your brain, and sometimes that can actually trigger that memory. And so you can write the answer with your left hand. And then you can actually find the source of that anger. And sometimes you have to talk to your inner child. We all have an inner child, and they're normally the ones that are angry. So look inside, ask your inner child, what is it? Speak to it like you have a small child next to you and say, what is your problem? Why are you angry? Why are you sad? And then when you work out the answer, you have to switch back to being the adult. And as the adult, it's up to you to fix that anger and work on that problem and help your inner child heal. Now, the healing process could be as simple as getting rid of your triggers now. So if it's you're on Facebook and there's a ton of drama on Facebook and you just can't deal with it, get rid of Facebook. Nobody needs it. You don't care about Becky and her diaper videos from her kids, or about your crazy uncle who keeps posting anti-Trump stuff or pro-Trump stuff or whatever your political leaning is. But there's all these ways that you can get rid of it. Like this week, I had my own drama as an expat. I'm in several Facebook groups for expats, and some of them are great. I've met some really cool people. And there's one group that's just full of douchebags. And I got zero out of that group. And because I was an actress and Australians have tall puppy syndrome, no matter what I posted, these people would jump on me. And finally, I woke up and I'm like, why am I here? What am I getting from this group? Does it pay the bills? No. Does it waste a whole bunch of my time sitting around? Yes. I don't need it. So I went ahead and I left the group. And now I feel amazing. And it's the same thing, like if you're on Twitter, like I am the Twitter person for a nonprofit that I'm on. And it's for actors, and they are really political, and I don't give a shit about politics. And that's not the things I want to retweet. So instead of unfollowing a bunch of actors, I just went in and I muted a whole bunch of words. So a lot of political words, just got rid of it. That way when they're posting about their Comic-Cons or pro, child activism stuff, I can still retweet it, I can still see it, I can still promote it, but I don't have to retweet all of the bullshit about politics that has nothing to do with what we're trying to achieve. If it's a real life thing, like say you're a mom on the PTA group and all the other moms are bitches, leave. If you are the director of the church choir and the whole church changes and you are no longer getting love from that group, and my mother-in-law did this. She had been the church director for years and the pastor was great. Then he retired, they got a new guy, a whole new group of people came in, and they kind of excluded her, which was pretty shitty because she had been there forever and she gave all of her love and time and emotion and money to this church, and they were just like, you're from the old team, so whatever. And finally we had to sit her down and say, you are getting nothing from these people. You're giving them love, you're giving them energy, you're giving them money, and they are not giving you what you need in return. And eventually she left, and she didn't lose her faith in God, but she is happy now because she can now direct her love and attention and money to things that actually bring her fulfillment. Now, if you have issues with your family, as a lot of us do, I don't believe in blood is thicker than water. I know a lot of people say, well, they're family, so you have to always just get along and love them. And I'm just going to say, bullshit. Because just because you happen to be born into the same family as someone doesn't mean you owe them anything. And if your family are horrible people, or like say you had an uncle that molested you, you are under zero obligation to go to a family function and act like that guy is a good person or give a shit about anything that they do. You can say, I'm not coming to Christmas, or I'm having my own Christmas with my friends, or even, let's have Christmas and let's not invite the pedophile uncle. They're all options. People might have a fuss, but if people don't care about your feelings and what's important to you and about nurturing you as a human, you don't have to give a shit about any of their nurturing feelings either. You don't have to care. What's important is that you are happy and you are fulfilled, and it's perfectly fine to cut people out of your life, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or in real life. It's fine. And we're all still going to have bad days. We're all going to wake up with PMS, or hungry, or hangry, and that's cool. We all need to bitch and vent. But if you find that you're doing it all the time, constantly, like if you are an expat and you've moved here and you fucking hate it, consider going home. And I know I'm going to get trolled for that because a lot of people are like, well, how dare you say I should go home? But it's a consideration. And if you live in a shit pot of town and you hate it, move to a different side of town. And if you're with someone, like you moved all the way from another country to be with someone, and they're like, well, I'm not going to leave this part of town because this is where my people are and my friends are. You might rethink that relationship because you literally moved from the other side of the world. If they're not willing to move to the other side of town, they're not worth it. Go home. Be miserable at home. At least you've got friends and family there. Alright, so I think that's it. So basically the lesson for today is, if you're angry, find your anger. Work out what it is, and then fix it. Work on it. Put yourself first. You have to be happy, because angriness and bitterness spreads, and we don't need to spread more hate in this world. So work on your love, work on your heart, work on you, and then spread that positive energy to other people, because we all need love right now. See you next time, guys.